Welcome back from the second session of the MRIU Gulid Presidential Debates 2021. In studio, we have two contesting Gulid presidents, that is Mr. Male Ashraf and Mr. Chizam Zamilu Matovu Faizo, yeah? Who have already started out their manifestos to the viewers and to the voters. Just to remind you, dear viewers, this session will ask out candidates questions that are personal and the knowledge about the MRIU, that is Muteesa University. So we are going to ask you some little bit of questions that are personal. Please try to answer, try to speak out your mind, and don't fear anyone or any of us. So just take out your mind. It is going to be well.
Okay, thank you, my co-modulator. In this session, gentlemen, we're going to be asking you questions, like she said, that are kind of personal. And then we shall ask you questions that relate to Muteesa, the First Royal University. And later on in the show, which will be our third session, we shall be asked, you'll have an opportunity to receive questions from the viewers and some of the guests in studio. So the first question goes to Mr. Chiza. Mr. Chiza, you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us why you had to contest for the Gulid presidency for Muteesa, the First Royal University. What prompted you to contest?
Okay. Thank you so much. Why I contested for the Gulid presidency? Before, at this time, I'm a chief fresher right now. And all this, I had a dream. I had my dream to become a Gulid president. And especially, I have my point on my heart why I always fighting to become a Gulid president. One day, I was in year one, first semester. I paid my tuition. I was on the gate. It was during the test period. I was remaining with some 150,000 to complete my tuition, but wow! During that time, the campus director tried to enforce us not to enter the gate. At that time, he called the police patrol. They came with tear gas and everything. Those people was telling us, go, move away from the gate, move away from the gate. I said, please, I have only balance of 150,000. Allow me to enter and I write my exam, my test. They don't allow me. And from that day, my dream continues building. And I said at least, I'll change this gate policy. And I send this institution at least together with the students. Because during that time, we were together in the number, we were very many in the number outside the gate. And when the police came, they just removed the tear gas canister.
Okay, thank you very much, Chiza.
Yeah.
So Chiza was inspired by him being stopped at the gate because of what he claims is little balance. So he got a dream that one day he will stand for Gulid presidency of Muteesa, the First Royal University. I'll ask the same question to Mr. Ashraf. What prompted you to stand for Gulid presidency of Muteesa, the First Royal University?
Well, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Yes, what prompted me? Many things. At first, I'll tell you that my experience at this mighty university, well, we faced a number of challenges here. Like my comrade here earlier talked of the gate policy. Yes, I respect it. But I will put this in quotations that Omega Noruma. They charge us late fee. After charging late fee, they will tell you that again, you stay or you remain outside the gate as the work goes on in this Might University. So that experience prompted me, attached my heart that I have to do what I have to do to see that it comes to an end. Well, another thing, my political background. I have a political background that currently I'm the Koja Nkoba Zambogo. I'm the president, Muteesa. So that political background keeps on pushing me to pursue or to look for another bigger chance. So I think I'm not a bad leader, and I think I need to bring it to a new Muteesa. Another thing that influenced me, I was influenced by my beloved president, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the National Unity Platform president. Yes, indeed. He tells us that we are the young generation. We are that generation that is going to change this distracted nation. So, to acquire leadership skills, you have to come from our institutions. So, I think to become a president of Uganda in 2026, I should first acquire leadership skills way back in this mighty university. So, it's a honor to my beloved His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu that he influenced a gentleman like me, a youth like me, to also stand for the cause of liberating Muteesa University and the nation at large.
Thank you, Ashraf. Good aspirants. The next question goes to Chiza. Chiza, have you ever held a leadership position, and what have been your achievements in those positions in any way, or in those groups you are saying, or in any school? Have you ever held a position?
Yes. In my former school, Muteesa Standard Kagavu, I was the first president of Kagavu Association. Come to Muteesa University. I am now the current chief fresher. When you go back to my senior six, I complete my senior six as we used to call it chief judge.
What were your achievements in all those positions that you acquired?
Okay. I achieved some certificates and some connections. At this time, right now, I have acting and existing NGO. We are helping adults and youth through education and creating jobs. That is MCYA, making change in youth and adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Ashraf,
Yes,
the
please.
same question goes to you. Have you ever held a leadership position? And if you've ever, what are those specific achievements that you got from those positions?
Well, earlier I informed you that I'm the current president, Muteesa, that's the Teachers Association. Again, I'm the Koja Nkoba Zambogo in this Might University. Earlier, in my childhood or in my high school, I was the general prefect, that is Lukwang Secondary School, Wakiso. Again, I was the head boy, St. Padre Pio. My political background isn't bad. Then the achievements, if you come to the achievements, well, this is not taking myself as a great gentleman or a big man, but I think I've done a lot. I have enabled scholars or teachers in this Might University that right now I've influenced a number that they can have a common goal. They can have a common voice. How? I have organized meetings with them that we talk on the issues that we talk on the challenges that they passed through in this Might University, and they became more vibrant, I think. And it's a blessing in this, guys, that, well, it's again them that who are sending a challenger, you know. I think it's an achievement. Another achievement, I have enabled a number of scholars here. Talk of the girl child, talk of a boy child in this Might University as the Koja, Nkoba Zambogo. Right now, because we are aged, being here, that means you're an adult. Yeah, now they've acquired sanitary issues or sanitation issues that, well, I can see the change in my girls, I can see the change in my boys. They are smart upstairs and outside their bodies. Yes, I've done a great job. And to go more further, I think it's a number of achievements. Yeah.
Okay, Ashraf, thank you so much. You're still watching the Gulid presidential debate live on MRO TV here at Muteesa, the first Royal University. Ashraf, I'll ask you this the question. The next question is to you, Ashraf, is what do you think are the functions of the Gulid president in a university like Muteesa, the first Royal University?
As in functions?
Yeah, what are the functions of a Gulid president?
Okay. The Gulid president, I think I have to be the amplifier. I have to be the voice of those who are voiceless. I think I have to be influential in many cases or in many challenges that my fellow comrades pass through in a university. My functions, I think I need to venture employment opportunities. I need to venture, as I told you in this manifesto of mine, that I need to put a suitable area in this mighty university. I have to make Muteesa a suitable area for academic excellence. How? I talked of the application, the Ashraf era. It's made a good president that I have to bring life in this university, because now I become the head of the what? Of the fraternity behind me. I think another function of mine, I need to bring what we call energy. Now, if we go back our way in the youth life, we term energy as something, they call it a but you need to bring energy and life in the university. So we, as the Gulid presidents, in case maybe my comrade here, he has taken my path, or of course it's me who's going to lead. And I think I should be the amplifier on top of the other things that I've mentioned. I need to be the bass, the amplifier, the microphone of the voiceless.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashraf. I'll ask the same question to Mr. Chiza. What do you think are the functions of a Gulid president in a university like this?
I think my function as a Gulid president, I have to be the voice of the student between the administration and the student body. And I think I have to create the relationship relationship between the student and administration. I think that one will effectively help students through communication to solve some students' problems. I have to form as a Gulid functions of the Gulid presidents. I have to form what I can call a quality education system between students and administration, between students and the lecturers, between student and student dean of student.
Okay, thank you very much, Chiza. The voters of these two gentlemen contesting for the Gulid presidency, that's what they think about their functions as Gulid presidents of a university.
Yes, allow me to ask you some other question. Chiza, I believe everyone finds challenges in everything that you do,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are those challenges that you have faced so far in your bid of Gulid presidency?
In this list,
yes.
Thank you so much. Mostly the challenge I have faced, firstly, is the communication gap. We have given a little time. Another challenge is the changing program of the EC every day. We are changing the program of campaign, changing the program of work. And I think those.
So those are the only challenges
Yeah.
you have faced so far.
Yeah.
You don't have any challenge with the students or whatsoever.
I think that what I can say that the student just need organization.
Exactly. Thank you very much. This question goes to you, Ashraf.
Yes.
You faced some challenges, be it in life or school stuff. What are those challenges that you have faced so far in this bid of youth presidency?
In this bid,
Yes, bid of youth presidency. What have you faced?
not way back in my...
No. About this
Okay.
race.
Okay. In this race, yeah, a number of challenges I've faced. You pin your posters, they pluck them out, they pluck them off. Well, there are a number of challenges that we face. There is my comrade that he said, that one of communication. Yes, it's a challenge that once I become also a good president, I need to bridge that gap of communication. To get to know that something was changed or something was postponed, you have to be more around at the campus, which is not the case. That's why in my manifesto I look at ICT usage and ICT promotion, that at least we should create, or we should make ICT more advantageous in these scholars, that in case of any information that one would like to pass on, maybe we should be with the applications, maybe we should, So we faced a challenge in communication. Yes, another challenge, but this is a big challenge that even when I think of it, I feel hearted.
Every challenge has a solution.
Yes, it has a solution, but I faced a challenge.
Viewers and voters of the MRU Muteesa University, some challenges cannot be said out, but probably there are solutions to them. As you can very well see, that's the good aspirant. I think he has a challenge somewhere or somehow, but probably we'll get the solution to that. The next question.
Okay, like we said earlier at the beginning of the show, this debate will get emotional, it will get hot in studio, and we shall see things we have never experienced before. My final question for the two candidates. I believe you two have slogans that you follow during this campaign. What is your slogan, Mr. Chiza? How did you come up with it, and what is its significance to your campaign?
Okay, thank you so much. My slogan is integrity counts. In this I mean, every student here, they know and they see what they pass through, but they fear to speak. They just need togetherness and a good voice to uplift their problem. So I want to build them with that integrity so that we have the solution, togetherness, we can achieve the goal.
Ashraf, what is your slogan, and what significance does it have towards your campaign?
Well, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Yes, Malay Ashraf is standing on a slogan of bringing a new Muteesa in a new Uganda. Well, this slogan comes to the approach that it is fundamental to state that we want a Muteesa, or we want to make Muteesa a better place to live in. We want to make Muteesa a suitable area of academic excellence, of promoting talents, of thriving in co-curricular activities that later will become useful gentlemen and women, or gentlemen and ladies in this nation. This slogan brings on table life in Muteesa. Brings on table life. If I talk about life, I talk of the things that we are to implement, because for long For long times, or for the long way back, we've been arguing challenges, but we are lacking solutions. So in a new Muteesa, we are just implementing solutions. That we are having a challenge of gate policy. What is the solution? We are crying over tuition, we pay tuition, but this service, what is the solution? Now this is the new Muteesa I'm promising. Yes, I talked of chips, chicken, sausage. That is the life. It's not that we are going to be eating chicken, but I talk of the sweet Muteesa everyone is yearning for. I talk of a new Muteesa in a new Uganda. Well, once a philosopher said that the night takes so long, but eventually the sun rises. Well, I bring on table a new Muteesa. I think the sun is rising.
Thank you so much, Ashraf. Our dear viewers of MRU TV, you have listened to the first bunch of questions that the candidates have answered. So as we breathe into a new Muteesa as promised by this gentleman, we are going to go for a short commercial break. When we return, we shall resume with the questions that in relation to Muteesa, the first Royal University as an institution. Stay tuned.
How to pay Muteesa One Royal University tuition? Using Centenary Bank. Present the following to the teller. Student's number, student's name. For the teller to confirm before posting. Amount to be paid, plus bank charge. Muteesa One Royal University, seeking great horizons in thought and action.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Thank you so much. As we turn up that heat in the studio, your dear viewer or voter of the Guild Presidents, you can still follow us on our YouTube channel, Facebook. Please don't forget to send messages and questions to the Guild aspirants. We are going to move to the next set of the questions to our candidates, and this is the knowledge about Muteesa, the first Royal University. Hopefully you know something about Muteesa as you, the Guild aspirants of MRU TV. The first question goes to...
Thank you very much, modulator. The first question will go to Mr. Ashraf. This session is going to be quite interesting, and I hope you're ready to answer them so well, because these are questions that relate to the university you're going to represent within and outside these premises. Question 1 goes to Ashraf. Can you say out the first stanza of the Muteesa, the first Royal University anthem?
Should I sing?
You can.
Muteesa One Royal University. What? You know, I'm not a good singer, but...
Yeah, that's why I gave you an option of saying it out. Do you think you can?
Yes.
Okay.
I think if I'm given time, I can. But due to the COVID era, now I'm mentally perturbed.
So Ashraf is saying that
He's having
quite interesting that due to COVID, I don't know if that's COVID.
The COVID era that took time when we are home doing what and what, struggling life here and there.
Okay. So
I can't take part of it.
Due to the COVID struggles, I told you this session is going to be quite interesting. So I think COVID kind of washed away the first stanza of the Muteesa, the first Royal University. Let's try with Mr. Chiza. Do you think you can say out the first stanza of the university anthem? Well, this is a university I'm going to be representing. So in case you're asked to sing the anthem, do you think you can at least try the first stanza?
Let me try.
You can try.
Muteesa One Royal University, what a greater...
Okay, I think the COVID affected
about COVID-19, but something there.
So as a representative of this major university, I hope that these are the first things we should be aware of.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm not here just because I'm the most intelligent one.
Yeah, true.
I'm not here just because I'm strong. I'm not here because I'm capable of doing what, but I'm here on the issues of my fellow students. So, on the issues of some issues, you will forgive me that.
Mr. Ashraf, on the issues of the university you're going to represent, I don't think we can forgive you for not knowing the anthem of the university you're going to represent. Okay, we're going to the next question.
The next question goes out to Chiza.
Yes.
How many faculties does Muteesa the First University have, and can you mention the names of each faculty dean,
Yes.
if at all you can?
Thank you. I first mentioned how many? The number?
First, tell us how many faculties we have in Muteesa the First University. Then, after, you can tell us the names of each faculty dean. I mean, the dean of faculty of SCAD, something.
Okay, thank you so much. We have 4 faculties. Muteesa One University Kakeka Mengo. It is 4 faculty. Faculty of Faculty of Arts and Science, so Faculty of Humanity and Faculty of Arts and Humanity, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Business, Faculty of IT with Art. I'm coming to the Faculty Dean. Faculty Dean, Faculty of Education is Dr. Nabachibi. Faculty of Art is Dr. Kaira. Faculty of Art and Science and IT. Faculty of SCAD is Dr. Chigundu Joseph. Faculty of Business is Dr. Chagulanyi. Right.
Okay, thank you so much. How many faculties do we have at Muteesa the First University?
At this Might University, we have 4 faculties or 4 schools, and those schools we have SCAD, we have Education, we have IT and Science. Science and IT. That's taking art students. We have the Faculty of Business. Now, in the Faculty of Education, Dr. Nachivi Agnes, she's the faculty dean. In the Faculty of Business, we have Dr. Chagulanyi Ronald, known Robert, as my comrade said. He's Dr. Chagulanyi Ronald. In the Faculty of SCAD, Dr. Chigundu Joseph. We go further in the other Faculty of Science, Art, and IT. We have Dr. Kaira Franco.
What is studying for?
SCAD, that is social studying for.
Yes, you told us SCAD. You don't know SCAD. You don't know what SCAD is. So you can easily tell us the full name of SCAD, because someone out there who is not in SCAD doesn't know what SCAD means.
And that is the communication and information gap I want to bridge if I become the president.
Okay. Ashraf is quite an interesting character. He has a way of responding to some of these queries here. For your information, it is no longer SCAD. So by the time you leave this debate, you can find out the new name of that faculty. Okay. Our next question. First, I'll begin with Chiza. Every university is run by a set of administrators, right? So Muteesa, the First University, is run by top management. Are you aware of that? So can you kindly inform your voters and the viewers of at least 5 top administrators of this university? Chiza. Yeah, sure, sorry.
So the question goes to me.
Yes.
Yes, for your information, I'm not Chiza. I'm Male Ashraf.
Yes,
sorry for that. Okay. We have the Chancellor, that is Lady Justice Sebutinde. She's our Chancellor.
Okay.
We have the Vice Chancellor, that is Professor Kakembo Vincent, that great man with great minds. We have the AR, She's Miss Nakandi Mary. She's also a great lady in this mighty university. We have the Dean of Students, that is Senkungu Pade. Yes, he's also a great man here. He's doing a great job. Yeah, to mention but a few, but they are the top main administrators we have here.
Okay, this question goes to Chiza. Can you tell us how many campuses Muteesa, the first Royal University, has?
Thank you so much. We have the chancellor of this university is Justice.
Chiza, I asked you about the campuses.
Yes.
That Muteesa, the first Royal University.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
tell us
I thought that I'm going to that
The
same
campus
question.
location and how you can access it.
We have 3 campuses.
Okay.
We have the first campus is Chilumba Masaka. The second campus is Muteesa Kamengo. The third is Muteesa Muwende campus.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, as we are in this set of questions, I have another question for you, Chiza. If you are voted as a good president, perhaps you have won the race.
Yes.
How will you bridge the relationship between the university administration and the student body?
Thank you so much, the moderator. We have formed 3 solutions with my committee because, as I said before, I will not work alone, but we are going to work together. The first one, the second most problem at this university is communication gap. We want to form a notice board, as I said before, at least on a free access place, like on the gate, where everyone can access it before he enters the university. We want to form a good student body, which has a relation with the university administration board administrators. We want at least, if not, notice board is put into a practice, at least as a university board members to put this into practice, to have an IT talent night, to form an app which can at least deliver a message to the student.
Okay, thank you very much, Chiza. This question goes to Ashraf. Ashraf, how many quadrangles do you have in Muteesa First Royal University?
Quadrangles. We have 7 quadrangles.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Ashraf, I'll refer the same question my colleague asked Mr. Chiza. What would you do if voted into the Guild President's office? What would you do to bridge the gap between the administrators and the students' body?
Yes. If you go deeper in my manifesto, Mr. Moderator, thank you for this opportunity. And Ms. Moderator. Now, if you go deeper in my manifesto, I talk of bridging the gap between the scholars and the administration. How do I talk to this? I reach on this information that we need to formulate workshops. Those workshops are there to help with the scholars and the administration to find out the simple way of communicating, talk of the promotion of ICT usage by installing an application. That application, yes, I talked of Ashraf Era. That application, I think it can be a good mean of communication that in any way or the other, the administration may reach out on communicating with the scholars. Another thing, it's the promotion of the emails. Yes, this mighty university, it has installed the usage of emails that in case of any information that they would love to pass on the scholars, they pass it via emails, scholars' emails. Yes, but some of the scholars are illiterate about it, so I think it has to be more vibrant to reach and find the way of reaching out to them. Yes, another way of bridging that gap, I think we should organize meetings. Yes, well, indeed, if I'm voted for, I promise and I will keep on informing my fellow comrades that we are to organize meetings. In those meetings, we are to pass on information. That information that has come from the what? The administration body to we, the students body. To mention but a few.
Thank you so much, Ashraf. We're running out of time. I'm going to give you two a chance to ask one question to another. Just one question, okay? So, Malay, do you have any question for your fellow contestant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Moderator and Miss Moderator. Yes, to you, my fellow comrade in the race. It's a honor that you took this way. It's a hard path, but you have to. Yes, this question goes to you, Mr. Chiza. Once Malay Ashraf is voted for in the office of Guild President, are you willing to operate with him? Because you're a great man, you have great minds, you just need to be elevated. Now, would you operate with Ashraf?
Thank you so much. Yes, I will do. Because I believe in togetherness.
Simple question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Malay, for that insightful question to your colleague. Chiza, do you have any burning question for you, Mr. Malay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask him one question. And Mr. Malay, I've heard a little bit of your manifesto. Please, you've talked of sausage, chips, chicken. You have talked of workshop to bridge the communication gap. You have talked of some apps and other things. Don't you think that Muteesa One Royal University has the first student who cannot even access the smartphone, who cannot even ever reach the faculty office? How do you going to end that thing when you're talking of things of sausage and chips?
Well, thank you for the question
In
that
a
you.
minute?
In a minute. Yes, I believe we are that generation that is going to build this distracted nation. And you're a great man, but if I talk of sausage and chicken, I think you have to be with a broad mind that you get to know that the man is promising that sweetness that you find while eating chicken, that sweetness that you find while eating chips, that sweetness, it's the same sweetness I'm bringing in a new Muteesa. Well, you're talking of the scholars that you're trying to say that they're illiterate about smartphone usage. Sorry, for your own information. Scholars in this mighty university are great. Far away from the way you think. I think you just have to civilize with them, associate with them. You get to know what they're hiding in their backs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashraf and Malay. And Chiza, sorry. We're going to go for a short commercial break, and we come back to our final session of this MRIU Guild Presidential Debate live on MRIU TV here at Kateka campus. Stay tuned.
A glance at the aim of regionalism empowerment. When you take a sport or either take a deep look at the way the AIMA Regionalism Department is devoted to the practice. It is hands-on to every participant and backed by the well-stocked studios of Royal FM and AIMA TV. The department has fed the global practice with outstanding personnels backed by professionals in the practice, and it is seen from the products of the different students. Take a glance at every sector. The Royal FM has all the required machines and personnel to release a well-backed student. The MRO TV Now has some of the most competitive programs in the media world. It is Muteesa One University Journalism Department.
Yes, welcome back from that short commercial break. You can still follow us on our YouTube channel, Facebook, and you can still send questions to the good aspirants, the one who are contesting for the guild. We are surely glad that you're still with us as we bring to you the historic MRE Guild presidential debates in 2021. This is the final session as we present the candidates with the questions sent by the viewers in the audience here in the studio. I welcome the viewers who have questions to the guild aspirants.
Okay, in this final session, dear viewers, we are going to get questions from those who are in studio. We shall start with a gentleman.
Well, thank you. My name is Chifanka Lawrence, the new spokesman in the new chapter, MRU. And my question goes direct to Mr. Chiza. And looking into his manifesto, Mr. Chiza, I find it so disturbed because personally I would require a representative who will actually stand for me and on behalf of so many other students. You've spoken about constructing hostels for students here. Yes, it is good initiative, but of course we've had so many guild representatives and they have been seeing all these things, and to my own disappointment, all these things have not been done. So I find so disturbed. I wonder where all this money is going to come from, because administrative-wise, we all know administration make money. Make programs of the financial year before that year comes in. So I am wondering, you as the guild representative, if you're given a chance, how are you going to handle that issue? How are you going to help the students, of course, overcome that issue in the midst of so many challenges of the sanitation, which is
Thank
not
you very
being
much.
done.
Let's give chance to Chiza to respond.
Thank you so much. But I think, Mr. Moderator, when we speak in or when we are reading our manifesto, please take time to listen it carefully. I said it would have been provided with a hostel rather than, I said I would have been provide us with hostel or not. Let them connect with the hostel vendors or blockers outside the university, but near, to allocate hostel for the students of the Muteesa University from different areas.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's have our next question from the lady.
Thank you. My name is Muteesa, Department of Education. I want to send this question to Mr. Mary Ashraf. You've talked about trustee fund. How far you have really reached? As per now, you tell us that you're going to bring trustee fund in the school. How far as you're going to take only 1 year, and you have not even given us some simple work that have been done. How far you're going to do it in 1 year and it acts in time?
Yes.
What was your name?
Lamtevi,
Faculty.
education.
Okay.
Yes, it's a good question that I was not expecting, but it's a good question to answer or to attempt. Yes, once a philosopher said that the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. We are going to be more and more vibrant than you think. That a period of 1 term, it's big. 1 year, it's big to me to initiate that program of the trustee fund. I think me, Male Ashraf, and the entire Muteesa, the first students fraternity, we think that even in a grace period of 2 weeks, we can operate this trustee fund, and it takes place. It operates fully with success and achievements in it. How? I talked of the Muteesa first royal run. This royal run, to mobilize it, it can't even take a month. It can't take a month to mobilize it. So we can organize finalist dinner. This finalist dinner, we will attract or we will call for those alumni of us who left and they will support us financially. This trust fund, Malay Ashraf is not promising to pay tuition for you. Malay Ashraf is not promising to buy a car for every scholar, but in this trust fund, we want to keep that useful, or that would be useful citizen of Uganda and the world at large, not to drop out from the university. Thank you for your question, madam.
Thank you, Malay Ashraf, for that for the answer. Please, can you please proceed with your question to the good aspirants?
Yes, thank you, dear moderators. My name is Nsubuga Gabriel Mazima Savete Gamala Nyonta. My question goes to Chizam Zamil. Yes, Muteesa one has got one of the most biggest or its largest security threat. What do I try to mean? You've talked about it and everything, Chizam Zamil. But there is nothing you're going to achieve when the students are not okay, or when the students are not actually in Muteesa, or even yourself, you're not in Muteesa. What do I mean? There are security threats we have that can make all of us maybe...
Can you please ask the question?
That's where I'm going. Chizam Zami, what do you think is the biggest security threat that Muteesa One Royal University Kakeka campus has? And what do you think the university has not done to solve that challenge? I am Subuga Gabriel, the president, New Chapter Muteesa One Royal University, and my president is Malay Ashraf. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jatakulati. Yeah. When we talk about security threat, I want to give a solution. Once last year, there was some security threat here at MRIU. But think before, if realize the universe has no function, power function, if power is blocked off and there is no generator like here, for me I have solution for everything. Assume if electricity was blocked off, that means they would have taken everything from the university, from the computers, from the library. But we are fighting together, we are working together, so that at least in my manifesto there is a generator. In case of power blocked, at least shall be having a generator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chiza Mzamil Faizo. Please, can you proceed with another question to the good aspirants?
Okay, thanks, Mr. and Miss Moderators, for this wonderful time you have given me. I'm by name of Mugunia Victor from the Faculty of Science, Technology, and Art and Design. I want to ask this question to Mr. Malay Ashraf, and it has really hurted me. He has talked of promoting Nkowa Zambogo, but he has left all other associations. Like me, I'm a speaker of Muteesa Western Associations. Now, how are you going to do for other associations? And how are you going? Are you going to leave them? Oh, you are going with Nkowa Zambogo only, because your point was straight on Nkowa Zambogo. So, how are you going to?
Thank you for your question. By the way, I like that great mind. Yes, I talked of Nkowa Zambogo, but that was the head, since we are in the mighty university of the Kabaka. If you go deeper in my manifesto, I talk of many other associations, just because we have little time here to elaborate more about the manifesto and dig deeper in it. But Nkowa Zambogo doesn't isolate other cultures, other tribes, but it calls for every member. Nkowa Zambogo means, or in full, in quotations, Chigwayonti Twejafe Kambunya. This means that we are the very people to uplift our souls. So if I talk of Nkowa Zambogo, it's an initiative of all for one and one for all. So for your information, many associations are in the manifesto, and we are to operate with them, that we also uplift their manifestos and their goals to see that we live in a new Muteesa that is going to be found in a new Uganda. Thank you for your question, Mr.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. We're still live on MRU TV here at Keka campus, Mengo. Our next question is going to be asked by a gentleman to any of these candidates here.
Okay, I'm delighted to be a part of this program. Thank you, moderator, Mr. and Mrs. So my question goes to candidate Male Ashraf. As you were giving the speech in the entire program, you were talking about words that really got to my nerves. And this is a new Uganda and distracted citizens. So I think you're bringing something that is big, because when you talk of when your president, His Excellency Chagulani, uses a new Uganda, that means he's trying to change power from what he thinks is not going well. Apparently, you're going to get power from someone who has left office willingly, and probably they are going to hand over. So why are you using such terms in
Okay.
such?
It's a great question to answer. Thank you. To bring our back on table, I talked of a new Muteesa in a new Uganda. A new Muteesa in a new Uganda, we are still in our course. This was a mission 2021. Fellow Ugandans, I'm informing you that we are still in the course. We are reaching and we are seeing the fruits of a new Uganda. Me, myself, I've started smelling that good smell of a new Uganda, and I think we're about to reach there. A new Muteesa, I'm not taking power from someone who has hesitated or who has refused from giving it back to we the scholars. No. A new Muteesa, I'm promising that Muteesa that will be fruitful, flowing with honey, the way you feel milk in your veins, sweet, that everyone would love to live in, that everyone would be proud of. When you stand, you can proudly say that I come from Muteesa, the first Royal University.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. Our final question from the audience.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Hudson Chugos Jeff. I'm basically known as a sports journalist, but I would like to toss my question to Mr. Male Ashraf. Assuming you made research about the university and the surrounding, what did you find out?
It's quite a good question to an intelligent gentleman who I think it might be you or me. Yes, to attempt that question, you, if I look at you, the person who has asked the question, you're a presenter on a good TV in Muteesa One University who presents sports. Yes, in this mighty university, we lack sports items. Talk of footballs, talk of volleyballs, talk of many sports items. But on top of them, the pitch is too far. Yes, we're having the pitch or the playground, but it's too far. It's too far for the sportsmen and women to operate. Yes, many things are found that they are not in good condition, but I'm not promising that I'm going to buy them, no, but I'm to assert pressure to the administration that well and good we are going to live in a new Muteesa with sports items, talk of the jerseys, talk of the balls, talk of the big pitch, talk of many other things that you think of in a new Muteesa.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashraf. We are winding up the show. I want to request you candidates to briefly say your final remarks to your voters. I will start with Mr. Chizar. Final remarks to your voters.
Thank you so much. My final remarks goes to the entire Muteesa One University student fraternity. I call upon your strategy, I call upon your cooperation, I call upon your togetherness to work together, to push this together, so that we have a common Gulid president of the people.
Thank you so much. Finally, Ashraf?
Well, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Moderator. My final remark is that we are the scholars. We are the people. We are the rich minds. Well, indeed, the night takes so long, but eventually the sun rises. Here comes Malay Ashraf. Here comes your common servant. I promise never to be a boss, but I will be your servant. A philosopher, John C. Maxwell, once remarked that you may impress people, but the only way to impress them is to come up with them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, our two candidates, Mr. Malay and Mr. Chiza. We have come to the end of quite an interesting Gulid presidential debate here at Muteesa, the First Royal University. And we have been coming live to you through MRU TV. And remember, to you, the students who are going to vote, these candidates here, you have listened to them, you have picked up a few pointers from them. Remember, voting is on 5th May 2021. So have your identification, be registered so that you come 5th May, you're able to vote for any of these two gentlemen. I would like to wish the candidates the best of luck on 5th. Okay? There is always a winner, there is always a loser. So I wish you the best. Finally, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the administration of Muteesa, the First Royal University, the students who are watching us right now, as well as I'll send my special thanks to the MRU TV crew. I'll thank first Mr. Chizro Siraje, Mr. Kanakulia Peter, Mr. Nsoboga Samuel, Mr. Kabanda Hood, and the entire crew. We have been your moderators. I'm Nyombi Ronald.
Nakadu Jovia, please don't forget to follow us on that YouTube channel and Facebook. Thank you very much.
Until we meet next time.
God bless you.
God bless you and all the best.